All right, guys. Next match up is Shane and The Miz versus the Usos. Out first came The Miz to basically inform the crowd that Maurice was there tonight. She came out on stage, and they announced that they're pregnant and they're having another child. And of course, Shane came out and they all hugged and whatever. The match has started. It's been about 2 minutes in. Nothing flashy's happened. It's just back and forth, doing basic crap. Miz just hit that clothesline in the corner that he does. Onto, I don't know which Uso it is because I haven't been paying attention. Oh, jeez. Shane's already going for a coast-to-coast, but Jimmy broke it up. Shane hits him with a big back elbow. Knocked him off the apron. Jay came over. Shane hit him with that elbow, springboarded over the ropes, and rolled him up for a 2 count. Spinning back elbow by Shane. Miz is in now. Hits Jay with a big boot. Shane hits another elbow on Jay. They double clothesline him out now. He's out of the ring on the floor. Now they're working over Jimmy. Now they're double clotheslined him out of the ring. He falls onto the floor. Oh, I thought they were going to go for a double splash outside the ring. I was going to say, I got to see Shane do this shit. Now they're mocking the Uso chant, or the Uso scream. Usos are on their feet. Now they look pissed, but they're not in the ring yet. They're whispering something in each other's ears. Jimmy Uso rips off Miz's jersey and throws it in the face of Shane. And he hits the Miz, who's in the corner turnbuckle, hits that clothesline move that Miz does, where he clotheslines the dude and sits on the second rope afterwards. Shane's in and hits a spinning DDT on one Uso. He hits another one on the other Uso. He's climbing the top turnbuckle and hits a coast to coast, hitting Jimmy. Now he's climbing the turnbuckle again to hit the other Uso, who's in the opposite corner. It looks like the Uso, I think you can see, is about ready to spring up to his feet. Yep, he does, and he super kicks Shane midair. Now he's climbing the top turnbuckle and splashes Shane. Goes for a pin. Miz breaks it up. Miz hit a big DDT onto Jay. Went for a 2 count. Threw him outside the ring. He did a double drop kick through the mid rope, kicking Jay into the announcer's table. Miz is now clearing all the crap off the Spanish announce table. Jimmy came in to the dive trying to hit the Miz, but the Miz moved and he hit his brother. And the Miz, I guess that was a super kick, kicks him, and now both the Usos are down outside by the announcer's table. Miz has got Jay on the announce table. Shane has climbed the top turnbuckle to make the jump to the outside table. Shane looks like he's hesitant of doing it. Big elbow. Bounces off Jay and actually hits the guardrail behind the table. But I mean, that's pretty cushioned. He did bounce off of Jay though, like I said. Miz is checking on him, but of course he's selling that he's knocked out or hurt. You can see Jay kind of whispering to Shane. They're talking, or at least he's talking to him. Here's the replay. That was pretty good looking. It didn't look like Shane had the air to make it there, but he got there. That creepy vampire looking guy who's always in the first row, I see him. Finally, he's there tonight with that dude who always comes to the events with his mom. I don't know where they get their money. Super kick on Miz. Jimmy's climbing the top turnbuckle. Shit. Oh. Oh, he went for a splash, but Miz got the knees up. He rolls. Schoolboy's Jimmy, but he kicks out. Skull-crushing finale. He's trying to roll him over for another pin attempt. Kick out. You've got to be kidding. Uso schoolboyed him and rolled him over, and he got the 3 count. They pinned The Miz for the titles. I knew they were going to lose the belts at some point, but I didn't think it was going to happen now. So this must be what causes like a rift in their relationship, and they start fighting with each other, or eventually anyway, because we all know they're fighting at WrestleMania. That's a given. So the Usos win again. I wonder how many times this makes them champions now. Oh, that's it. Usos over Shane and Miz. I thought maybe this would be a setup right here because Miz went over to get Shane. They're kind of reconciling with each other. But they're walking off. So nothing's happening here. No, okay, they cut the black. I was waiting. I'm still waiting for like the Miz to attack Shane or something. But no, nothing happened there. Next matchup is Bobby Lashley, Leo Kid versus Finn Balor in a handicap match. Lashley, Leo are already in the ring. Balor's in the middle of his entrance now. And it still does bother me we never see the Demon King. I mean, I have said I don't know. Okay, I did say they do need to cut back on it a bit, but it wasn't that overkill when he was doing it anyway. I did say they needed to weaponize it like the Incredible Hulk for special occasions, but I mean, we didn't even see it back at, what was it, the Royal Rumble? How do you fight Brock Lesnar and not come out to with the Demon King? But anyway, I'm hoping this is a spectacular match. So far, what is this, 3 matches in? And the 2 matches have been alright. The women's match was obviously better. The tag team match was okay. So we started off with Leo, and Balor charged him, and he jumped out and tagged in Lashley right away. So Lashley and Balor are now starting out. Big knee by Lashley, dropping Balor. Clubbing forearm to his back. Lashley's posing and strutting already. I'm out of breath because I went and refilled my water bottle and then took a piss and I heard the bell ring. I got back and just saw the replay. Balor hit the coup de grace on Lashley and got the pin. So now he's the new IC champion. The match was kind of boring. I mean, it was basically Lashley pounding the piss out of Balor, and then Leo would get involved or get tagged in when Balor was laid out. Lashley's kind of freaking out on Leo Rush because he's asking him where was he to break up the pin. Wow. Well, this is a fast relationship. So Lashley is now choking out Leo Rush. All right, Lashley already let him go. He's picking up Leo Rush. Oh, here we go. Big power choke slam. God. Big choke slam on Leo Rush. He leaves him laid out in the ring. He's walking to the back. So I guess that's the end of Leo Rush and Bobby Lashley. Alright, this is really a stupid pay-per-view. Well, the next matchup was Ronda and Ruby Riott, which Flair came out first to remind everybody she's going to WrestleMania to fight Ronda. It's her mission to embarrass Becky, and Becky needs the fans' approval. This match maybe lasted a minute. So much for that. If anybody was looking forward to a decent match. So now Charlotte's climbing into the ring. I guess that's the reason for a short match, is because these two are going to do something now. But I really feel pissed off for Ruby. She submitted, by the way. She tapped in, like I said, under a minute match. Ronda came out cosplaying as Sonya Blaze from Mortal Kombat. I wouldn't even have known that if What's-Her-Face didn't say so. The crowd's going crazy over something. There it is. Here comes Becky Lynch on crutches. Oh yeah, when Flair was talking before the match start, they showed some clip of Becky jumping Charlotte at a house show, and of course Charlotte got the best of her and targeted her knee. Becky's coming to the ring on crutches. She's not supposed to be here, right? But security doesn't stop her at all. She just hobbles all the way to the ring on crutches. Flair is laughing hysterically. So Becky hobbles into the ring, and everybody stares at each other. The crowd's chanting, "She's the man." And then all of a sudden she chucks a crutch at Flair, who blocks it. And then Becky goes to town beating Charlotte with the other crutch. And these aren't like half-assed hits with the crutch. I mean, she's bending a real crutch over the back of Charlotte. I think she's trying to break it, but it hasn't happened yet. And Ronda's just standing there stone-faced watching. Oh shit! Ronda dropped her title and picked up the other crutch. She's staring at Becky. They're muttering, Becky's muttering something to Ronda. The crowd's chanting, "Do it to Ronda." They want her to beat Charlotte. Ronda's slowly moving up towards Charlotte like she's going to hit her. And Becky uses the opportunity when she passes her to start beating Ronda with the crutch. She ain't holding back any with Ronda either. Like I said, I think the intention here is to break the crutch. It just hasn't happened yet. She is clubbing away on these girls. Ronda's trying to block the crutch now with the other crutch. She's getting beat. God. I'm waiting to see if Ronda's cut at all by the crutch. Now Becky snatched the crutch out of Ronda's hand and she's going back to beating Ronda with the crutch. God. Welcome to the WWE, Ronda. Crowd's going crazy. Ronda has some gashes on her from the crutch, and it looks like she's bleeding over here on the side of her head. Oh, she is. Holy shit. Yeah, she's definitely bleeding. She ain't gushing, but this whole side of her head's turning red. Like I said, those crutch attacks were not by any means soft. Oh, okay, I guess they're already pushing this pay-per-view along because now Baron Corbin's music is hitting, so obviously they're pushing the time limit or something here. Because we still have this match and I guess the men's Elimination Chamber match. Braun Strowman hits the ring, match starts, and Baron Corbin throws his vest at Braun and starts beating him with a kendo stick because this is a no disqualification match. Braun is already on the ropes in the first 2 minutes of the match. Strowman's in control. He snatches the kendo stick, snaps it in half. Braun goes outside the ring. Braun follows, charges him with a running shoulder tackle into the guardrail. He's charging around the ring now. All the way around the ring. Picking up speed. Corbin, wow! Corbin threw one of those announcer chairs at him, and it was the wheel end first, hitting Braun. Braun charges Baron again, but Baron swipes it out of the way and throws him head first into the stairs. That chair was pretty... I don't know, that was a pretty intense chuck there. Now Baron's picking up the top set of the steel stairs. Hit him in the shoulder with the stairs. He's following right behind him. Hits him in the other shoulder with the stairs. Now Baron's mocking Braun's little thing here. He's charging him with the stairs, running around the ring. Hits him in the head. Now Corbin's doing his little whoa. Braun's back in control. Hit a big clothesline, followed up by a big boot to Baron. He hops outside the ring, goes underneath of it, and he's pulling out a table.
I don't think he can hear you, Corey.
Baron set it up in the corner. He drove Baron through it, running with a running shoulder slam. Of course, now here comes Drew McIntyre's music. He's coming out with a chair. This is a no DQ match. Like I did predict, if Baron won, he was only going to win because people came to help him. McIntyre was distracting Baron, long enough for Bobby Lashley to come through the crowd also with a chair. And they are now beating the piss out of Corbin with chairs. They're trying to get Corbin to his feet. Strowman back to his feet. He pops Lashley, but Drew headbutts him, and Bobby spears Baron to the mat. Corbin's directing them to go get more weapons. They're bringing in the ring stairs. McIntyre has got Braun, by his beard, talking crap. Braun is trying to fight back. He's got Drew set up for a choke slam. Now Lashley. Of course, Baron comes in with a chair and levels him. Now Drew and Baron and Lashley are bringing in multiple tables to the ring, along with both sets of the ring steps are already in there. Drew hits Braun with a Claymore kick. I don't know what they're attempting here because the ring is just... Okay, I think they're going to stack the tables, which they are doing. Drew and Baron are positioning Braun. They're doing the Shield powerbomb. Lashley has him up on his shoulders. They're all on top of the stair steps in the ring. And they send him through the double stacked tables. And Corbin gets the pin on Braun Strowman. So this went exactly how I thought it was going to go. Wasn't much of this match at all. It was just about a minute of match followed by the trio beating him up. They're all raising each other's arms in the ring. They make a nice group, but so did Braun and Ziggler and Drew, so I don't know where this is going. They're all doing the Braun mocking pose on the steps to a shower of boo by the fans. All right, they just did a backstage skit showing Miz and Shane. Shane was on the trainer's table getting worked over, but they showed the replay of him going through the announcer's table, and Miz getting pinned, and Shane's hair is all messed up. He's all sweaty, and his hair is all everywhere, so you can see his thinning hairline. And he looked pretty bad. But when he's on the back on the trainer's table, his hair is now all combed and perfectly coiffed again, like he looks like normally. That was kind of funny. But the Miz is freaking out over the loss. He's like, I promised my wife, you, my dad, a win. I'm better than this. And then Shane basically yelled at him to cut it out and to go home. And then for whatever reason, Lacey Evans just came out, walked down the entrance ramp, and turned around and walked right back out. So, okay, whatever that was supposed to be. Next up is the Men's Elimination Chamber. The New Day is coming out, well, following Kofi anyway. The crowd is thoroughly behind Kofi, chanting Kofi over his theme music that you can hear it so loudly. Do I think he's going to win? I don't know. But I mean, not to be a dick, but lots of people have pointed this out. It's Black History Month, and they had Dream win the United States North American title in NXT. R-Truth won the belt. Bobby Lashley had the belt. Well, R-Truth still has the belt. So people were starting to point that out just a little bit. So I'm just wondering if Kofi's going to come out of this. I guess we'll see, though. And if he does, he basically went from mid-card jobber to main eventer in one match. Out next is Jeff Hardy. Blue and white face paint. Orton's coming out next. So Orton's in the chamber that Nia busted up. I guess they fixed the front panel, but the back panel has still got the crack going all the way through it. Out next is a AJ Styles. It looks like his blue and white gear. Joe came out, and now it's Daniel Bryan with Eric Rowan, and I guess he's cutting a promo.
Do you know what happens when a genius like myself, like Rowan, tries to enlighten the masses? Do you know what happens?
So Eric Rowan's a genius now. That's what they're going with.
We get punished.
So Bryan's complaining about how he has to go in there 5 against 1 because this is the fans are now in charge, and the refs are now telling Rowan he has to go to the back. What does it matter if Rowan's out there? What's he going to do? Climb under the ring? He can't affect the outcome of the match. So he's being forced to the back, and Bryan's pouty. Daniel Bryan and Joe started off. Joe goes after Bryan, and Bryan hops out of the ring. He's now outside on the outside floor of the chamber. Joe is daring him into the ring. I think he's just trying to stall until someone else comes into the match. He's in the ring now, but he's just basically... Oh, okay. He was just like running circles around Joe, but he did just kick Joe in the leg. He's kicking him again, but Joe's laughing it off. Bryan went for another kick. Joe caught him, and now he's kicking Daniel. Daniel caught his kick, tried to do something. Joe fought through it, rolled Bryan up, and now he's got him in an ankle lock. Well, some sort of an ankle lock. It's not Kurt Angle's ankle lock, but it's an ankle lock. Daniel's got the rope, had to break it up. Daniels throws Joe into the corner and chops him, only to anger Joe. Joe is chasing him now all over the chamber. Daniels is just dodging everything. Joe's got Daniels in multiple submissions. He just is going from different one to different one. He just had him in a crossface. Now he's got him in an armbar submission, which Brian rolled Joe over and tried to get a pin. Kofi is the first person to enter the match out of a chamber. He's coming out on fire. He levels Joe. He's trying to DDT Joe, but Joe fights out. Kofi hits Joe with a spinning kick, climbs the top turnbuckle, and splashes Joe while standing for a 2 count. Daniels puts down Kofi. Samoa Joe comes over and just starts chopping Daniels. Daniels' chest is just bloody, and this match is still early. He runs from Joe and climbs the top of one of the pods to get away from him, and now Joe is focused on Kofi. Kofi gets away from Joe, hops the top turnbuckle, lands on top of the same chamber that Daniels is at, starts whooping him. Daniels is escaping Kofi by climbing the fence. They're midway in the chamber now, chopping each other with kicks. Joe is now going after Daniels. He rips him off the fence. Kofi is heel kicking Joe in the face, knocks him off the fence. Kofi continued to climb the fence and did that backdrop that he does, but he usually does it off the top turnbuckle. Yeah, he landed on Joe and Daniels, but most of his back hit the edge of the ring apron, and you could instantly see him clinch his back. He's messed up right now. He's in a lot of oh god, they're showing the replay. The bottom of his spine just before his ass hit the edge of the ring. He's hurting right now. That is the hardest point in the ring. Joe hitting a big senton on Daniels. Suplexing Kofi for a pin attempt. Kicks out at 2. AJ Styles is the second man to come out of the chamber. He's coming out on fire. Big kick into Daniels' face. Elbow smash on Joe. Clubs Kofi down. He's unloading on Samoa Joe right now. Just drops him. AJ hits an aside moonsault. Catches Daniels midair. Sets him up for what would be a cutter. Kofi tries to break it up. He wraps up Kofi and hits both of them with DDTs. For whatever reason, Daniels was climbing the cage. AJ springboarded off the ropes and hit him with a phenomenal forearm. He caught Kofi, tried to sub a Styles Clash. Kofi kicked out, and then AJ turned that into a knee drop. Unbelievable. Samoa Joe gets Kofi in the coquina clutch. Kofi fights out of it, flips over Joe to get out, rolls him up for a 2 count. Samoa Joe gets to his feet, and he's met by a phenomenal forearm by AJ, and AJ pins him. So Joe is out of the chamber now. Jeff Hardy is now out of his pod, going straight after AJ. Jeff drops him with an elbow. I can't remember his little series of combos. He just hit AJ going for a 2 count. Pele kick by AJ to Hardy, ending his momentum. Jeff Hardy had AJ laying atop the top of the turn of the ropes. He was on top of the pod and hit a swanton. Brian came running in with a running knee and pinned Jeff Hardy, so he's out. He wasn't even in there that long and didn't really do anything, but that sucks. Now AJ's in a tree of woe, and Daniels is kicking him with the yes kicks. Orton has been in the match and almost simultaneously eliminated AJ Styles, and he's smirking about it. AJ springboarded off the top ropes, and Randy caught him, of course, and RKO'd him. That's a little shocking. Well, maybe this is Randy Orton potentially putting somebody over, because he doesn't exactly do that. Kofi rolls Orton up for a pin attempt, gets at 2, goes for a Trouble in Paradise but misses. Kicks Randy in the face. He's climbing the top turnbuckle. Randy catches him and crotches him. Orton gets distracted fighting Daniels. He lays him out, and Kofi hits Orton with a Trouble in Paradise and pins him. Orton's eliminated. So now it's down to Kofi and Daniels, and the crowd is going ape-s. Daniels is unloading on Kofi with all of his kicks, and Kofi's just fighting it off, telling him to bring it. Kofi goes for 2 Troubles in Paradise, missing both. Daniels sweeps his leg and drops him, hitting him with the yes kicks now. Kofi hits a big SOS, blocking one of the yes kicks, and the crowd goes crazy for the 2 count. Kofi just tried to go for a bulldog outside of the ring on Daniels. Daniels bounced Kofi off of him mid-air and threw him into the chamber. It didn't break, though, but it was a sick little move. Daniels is going for the big knee, hits Kofi. Only got a 2 count. Kofi kicked out. Crowd is still fully behind Kofi. Kofi hits a Trouble in Paradise, gets a 2 count. Daniels rolls him over, gets a 2 count. Daniels has him in an armbar submission right now. Kofi reaches the rope, and Daniels has to break the hold. They were just on top of the pod fighting, taking turns smashing each other's face into the glass barrier. Kofi just knocked Daniels off. He's standing on top of the pod ready to pounce. He jumps and Daniels moves out of the way. Daniels set up for the running knee. He hits it and pins Kofi. A valiant effort. Maybe this is to eventually bring Kofi up to the main event. Hopefully this was an all for nothing, not just for one pay-per-view. People look thoroughly depressed that Kofi didn't win. So Daniels has retained. He is still the SmackDown World Champion, but man is he battered. His chest is just bleeding and bruised. That splash off the top Kofi just took, man. They're showing the replay. I feel so... God, even his head smashed on the apron there. But you guys will all see the highlights, I'm sure. Yeah, I could have done without sitting through all this. The men's Elimination Chamber was alright. The women's one was better. And really the rest of the pay-per-view was just garbage. So take it for what it's worth, I guess. But that's it, guys. Daniels wins.